this is Sherry at the Calhoun County Library, and I am with Steve Lawson. He's with the Wateree Beekeepers Association, and he's going to tell us a little bit about the honeybee observation hive that the Calhoun County Library has. So, Steve, you want to take it away?
Okay, this is the Calhoun County Library's observation hive. It's got the standard Langston frames that you would see on normal beehives, but they've placed it inside this plexiglass box so that you can get a really good look at the hive in action. Outside, just outside the window, is the entrance where the bees come and go, and they do their work just like a normal hive. There's a queen and worker bees and drones, and they're making lots of honey, which we'll see on the other side, I guess, in a minute.
Okay, so on the opposite side of this?
On the opposite side of this is where the honey is. They've got honey stored on the opposite side.
Oh, and why would they put honey on one side in this as opposed to this side? Is it because
it's a matter of convenience. It's hard to say. It's just it's really hard to guess the mind of a bee.
Oh, okay. Well, I know that they actually talk. Let's see, I guess probably up here you might see them do the wiggle dance or something.
Yeah, sometimes you can catch them doing it's called the waggle dance.
The
waggle dance, and what they do is they go out, they find a nectar source or a pollen source, and they come back and to let the other bees know where those flowers are.
Okay.
They'll come in and they'll waggle their abdomen, and then they'll walk, usually in a particular direction. And for them, the sun is always pointing straight up. So if they walk at this kind of an angle, then the flower is off in that direction from the sun.
Okay.
And then how long they wiggle is how far away it is.
Oh, okay.
So there's the direction and distance. So that's how they find flowers.
That's pretty cool. When I first saw this, I didn't realize that the bees had a way to get in and out. So
yes.
I thought that they had to feed them somehow, and I was wondering how they fed them.
No, this is a functioning hive.
That is so awesome.
And if you look in here, most of the bees you see are the worker bees, and they're all females. Females do all the work in a hive. Yes. And then there are probably about 10 or maybe sometimes up to 15% of the hive will be males, and those would be drones. And they'll be a bit larger than the others. And then there'll be one queen in here somewhere, and she's usually always very shy. I haven't seen her this morning, so she's hidden somewhere in there.
Okay. They probably don't have a marked queen.
I don't know if it's marked or not. I don't think it is.
Okay. So she could just be tucked up anywhere.
Well, there's a cover that they keep on it most of the time, and when it's covered up, she'll probably come out and lay. But when the light hits her, she'll run away and kind of. If we get lucky, we'll see her.
Oh, okay. You want to show us the honey side?
Oh, okay. On the opposite side is where they have honey stored. Before we go over there, if you look here, this darker area right here. That's the brood area, and that's where the babies will be born, and they'll chew their way out of this part, this area. This side's mostly brood.
Actually,
and you might be able to see a little white dot in there. There's one that's not capped yet.
Oh, right there's a larva, so it hasn't been.
It hasn't been capped yet.
Okay, it looks like little grains of rice.
Yeah, and on this side, they've got some honey stores.
Okay.
And
Can you see that?
Well, it's going to be
Okay,
about like that.
Whoa.
And if you look up here. You'll see that this area is where the capped honey is, and you can tell it's a little different than the brood area.
Is that good? Okay.
This area is all honey right here. If you look, there's one little area right there that has some brood in it.
Okay.
And this is almost all honey up here.
Yeah. Okay. So do they work top to bottom typically? Because you can see some honey up here. And then there's some brood right there. Isn't this honey right in here?
Yeah, that's honey.
This is honey, and then this cream-colored area is capped brood.
That's capped brood, and it's fairly new.
Okay.
Yeah, it's fairly new. But if the caps are darker in color, they're getting ready to emerge. But this is newly capped.
Okay.
And you asked where they work from bottom to top. Usually in a Langstroth hive, they work from bottom to top. In this situation, they're forced to work from one side to the other.
Yeah, okay, that sounds good. And then these areas right here, that's wax.
That's wax. That's called burr comb. What they're doing is they've run out of room, and they're building they're stabilizing this comb here by attaching it to the plexiglass.
Okay, sounds good. I think the important thing to understand is that many of our crops depend on these guys and other pollinators And when, you know, and when we go out and we spray Roundup in our yards because we don't like the dandelions are the first food.
One of the first foods, yes.
Or one of the very first foods that these guys get after a winter. And so when you go out and pull those dandelions up, or you spray Roundup, the Roundup has
A negative effect.
negative effects. It could, you know, if you've got enough of that out there, it'll kill a hive. But you know, they need those flowers. You see them as a nuisance, but these guys see them as survival. So, okay.
There was one doing a waggle dance there, but
Oh, and I missed it.
you know,
Okay.
oh, here's one with pollen on its legs.
Oh, yeah. I don't know if you can zoom in. Yeah, so,
But-
okay. Well, that sounds good. Are there any other cool facts about these guys you want to share with us?
Well, bees. Everything about bees is cool.
Yeah.
All the workers are ladies. The girls do all the work. I think I might have mentioned that.
Yes.
Another cool fact about bees. Bees are the only insect that produce edible food for man. So that's a cool fact about bees.
Okay. So they not only help pollinate some of our crops,
They produce.
they actually produce a food.
Yes.
Okay. And we had the farm to table dinner last night at Holly Oak Farm here in St. Matthews, and everything had a honey theme to it. So like the salad had a honey dressing, the pork was glazed with honey, they had a mead tasting, and mead is a fermented honey drink or beverage. So it's really neat how these guys affect us, and how they supply us with so many wonderful products. So, okay, sounds very good. Thank you, Steve.
Oh, thank you.
I appreciate it very much. And this has been Sherry with Calhoun Ledger.